Hey everyone, just wanted to do my first video here as a live stream for all of you to give you an idea about what this channel will be about. It's named You're a Computer Person because it's based on the belief that everyone is. And I really feel like my goal here is to convince you of that at the end of the day and to give you tips and tricks to protect yourself online, to better utilize the technology that you already have, and to better understand the technology that you can use. And the premise of this concept, the idea is that I've heard from a lot of friends that, you know, they feel like they're not computer people, or I've worked in IT for about 10 years and have heard similar things over and over again. And the reality is that we are all in this together. We all use technology that's around us in order to achieve various goals in our lives. And some of that's pushed on us explicitly. So, for instance, like, our bank accounts and our investments are all online these days. And so we don't have much choice but to utilize those platforms. And so we have to be able to protect ourselves using those different things. So, for instance, you want to have separate passwords for your bank accounts from everything else. Ideally, you would have separate passwords for every single thing out there, but you definitely want separate passwords for your bank accounts. You might want to turn on two-factor authentication. Now, if you're not familiar with that, that's actually where they send you a text message to your phone or through another authentication method like your email, and you get the code. And you have to put that code in after you put in your password. That's another thing that we can utilize. At the end of the day, we're going to be using this technology one way or another. And so we should really be using this opportunity to use technology to benefit our lives, to benefit whatever goals we are trying to achieve, be it work or school, or in an entrepreneurial kind of way, or to send stuff to friends or to help people out. We have this opportunity to use things that only computer scientists used to be able to use 20 years ago, and communicate in a way that's never been possible. And so, some things that we're going to talk about. How can we protect the data that we have? Most obvious is photos, right? Photos and videos, those tend to be the most important things in our lives. And so, how can we protect that data? Because they might be scattered all about on like your iPhone, your computer, places on the internet, things like that. We want to consolidate that information and be able to back that up off the internet so that, should something happen, should something be hacked, you would still have access to that, and develop a plan so that you can just periodically be doing this. Other things would be to use a password manager to deal with all of your passwords, right? If we're asking someone to change their password every 90 days, it becomes very difficult to remember what all those passwords are. Even more difficult if you're being asked to change your password for everything or to have a separate password for every single thing. It simply becomes unrealistic to remember all of those things. And so, for instance, I have mainly Mac products in my everyday life. At work, I use PCs, but at home, I primarily use Apple's password manager. So, for instance, Apple has a built-in password manager on their iPhone and their MacBooks. And so on. And I use that because I use primarily Apple products. If you are using other devices or some combination of Macs and PCs, you might find something like 1Password to be significantly better because that works across all different platforms. So basically, you would save your passwords in one place, to become encrypted, and you can use them across all your devices. And so there are all these different strategies that we can use to ultimately get to our end goal, which is to be protected on the internet and to be able to do different things without having to worry about any kind of data loss. And I mean, realistically, you can go on a variety of platforms, and you can learn different things. How can you organize your photos, or how can you build a cabinet, right? We have all this information on the internet that's available to us now that was never there before. And it can be really difficult to find the right thing, what actually works, what doesn't, what's real, what's fake. right? Those are other things that we're going to work on this platform to try and help you determine fact from fiction, which can sometimes be very difficult online. And it's only going to become more difficult as we have more data and that is growing exponentially every year. And more uh, we also have more content that is being created on various platforms, and people just assume something is fact when they see something like salacious. We know nowadays that those tend to get more views than anything else, and so those are all the kinds of things that we're going to start tackling. Data mining programs that are already on your computer that you can use to accomplish different things. Like I said, passwords. How can you tell fact from fiction? How can you make yourself more efficient using technology, right? We get into these YouTube loops, or we get into TikTok loops where we're clicking on videos over and over and over again, and 5 hours later, you don't know what's happened to your day. And so there are a bunch of different tools that can help you there. And so we're going to try and do those different things on this channel to give you an opportunity to utilize your technology in a more effective and efficient way and in safe way. So I just wanted to give that quick tidbit to you. I can't wait to start posting more things on this channel. Feel free to post your comments on here. I will get to you when I have a chance. And I hope you all have a great weekend, great Memorial weekend, and look forward to hearing from more of you guys down the road.